Hi friends, my name is Shaz and this is Shazness Wellness. I'm all about inspiring individual wellness. I always like to just share my tips and share my stories, but at the end of the day, you always have to just do you boo and do what's best for you, your health journey, your wellness journey, and your body. I've been asking for some video requests on my Instagram and I got a really great one, which is how to cure your gut on a budget. And let me tell you, from 2015 to 2018, I've been on a budget, and those were the biggest years that I have been trying to heal, and it can get really exhausting. I know how confusing it can be to heal your gut. There are so many products on the market out there, and every time you Google, there's always gonna be something new that is gonna make you wanna go to the store and buy something, but I'm here to tell you that I have 5 things that you can do for almost free to help you heal your gut. I have a past in candida, leaky gut, irritable bowel syndrome, I have PCOS, and I'm actually currently pregnant. And I can't even believe that I'm in my 3rd trimester right now. Oh my God, it's coming so close. But let's dive into today's topic, what you can do to heal your gut on a budget. The very first thing you can do to help heal your gut is simply avoid foods that make you fart. And I know that's gonna sound really weird, but it's not just foods that are greasy or bad for you. These could be foods that are considered healthy. So when your gut is inflamed and under attack, maybe leaky gut, maybe you have irritable bowel syndrome, maybe it's just always bloated and inflamed. Whenever it's inflamed, you just want to make sure you give it a break and give it a rest and do anything to reduce inflammation. So that can include beans, lentils. For me, it was things like broccoli, asparagus, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. All those foods made me gassy, and when I had such a poor gut, I avoided those foods for almost a year to just give it a rest. As much as beans and broccoli and stuff are healthy, again, think about your gut. If it is inflaming your gut, it is not gonna be a good environment for it to just heal and relax. If you don't know what makes you fart, then you really need a food journal, a food log, and start to write down everything you eat, how you feel before, how you feel after, if you feel bloated that day, and start to narrow down what is making your stomach hurt. The second tip that I have to heal your gut on a budget is one I preach in my entire channel, which is sugar-free is the key. Say it with me, friends. Sugar-free is the key. It is something that nobody wants to hear come out of my mouth, but honestly, being sugar-free is the key. That is the key to making sure that your gut can heal. Again, sugar is very inflammatory to the system, and most foods that have sugar in them are going to contain gluten and dairy and processed foods and things that are not going to help your stomach have a good healing environment. And if you clicked on this video of how to heal your gut, you're probably going through some gut issues. Maybe it is just bloating, maybe it is candida, maybe it's leaky gut, maybe it's irritable bowel syndrome. There are so many gut-related issues, and your gut is your second brain. And it really just comes down to simple, whole ingredient foods. Now, unfortunately, if you do have candida, then things like honey and maple syrup and agave are still sugar. Sugar is a drug, so trying to remove it from your diet is gonna be very difficult, but when you do, I promise, your life will be changed. And I remember when I started my gut healing journey, one of the health professionals that I was working with was saying you should never go back to sugar, and I honestly laughed and I was like, how am I not supposed to ever go back to sugar? Like, that makes no sense. But I can honestly say I live a sugar-free life. I do cheat, of course, on special occasions like Christmas and Thanksgiving, but I do go for gluten-free vegan treats, and I try to make sure that they are low in sugar. But my body has transformed so much and my taste buds have transformed so much that all I really need is good carbs like sweet potatoes and fruits, and I bake with those things. Like, I bake with bananas a lot, and I'm honestly satisfied, and I don't think I'll ever go back to a life with sugar because I know how much it inflames my body. All right, so the third thing I want to talk about is collagen or bone broth, okay? I know there's a lot of heat right now around collagen and most people are going out to buy it, but when I was on a very serious budget and Shazness Wellness was just kicking off, I made my own bone broth. I had a slow cooker, I bought whole organic chickens, or I would go to the butcher and ask for the bones that they don't use anymore. These are things that you can do and you don't have to actually buy the meat. You can just go and say, hey, do you have any leftover bones? And you just really cook bones. You can put onion and garlic and celery. You can do whatever you want. Realistically, bone broth, it is just soup, but the key to it is that you have bones and that it cooks for a very long time because you want the bones to break down to release the collagens from the bone. And I honestly, and I swear by this, I drink bone broth every single morning before anything. I gave up my morning coffees, my morning teas, and I had bone broth in the morning, very first thing that touched my stomach. And as Shazness Wellness started to grow and as I started to share my journey, companies started to reach out to me saying like, I love how you're promoting gut health, and I had a lot of companies actually reach out to me and offer me free products. So I'm just gonna keep that real, but I'm very, very specific on what I would say yes to and what I would try, because I didn't start Shazness Wellness to get free products. I started it to share my journey and share my story and to use social media to impact and inspire, not to show off or anything like that. I went through a really dark time of trying to understand my body, and I know that I needed to pay it forward because there were a lot of videos that I watched that honestly helped and changed my life. So when Shazness Wellness started to grow, it just made my heart grow too, because it just meant that I was impacting more people, and that's all I ever want from this channel. But going back to what I said, companies were reaching out, and one that offered to send me some free products was Organica, and I'm sure you've seen this in my channel if you are a subscriber already. Organica is a Canadian company, and I do love supporting smaller Canadian companies because as a Canadian YouTuber, there are a lot more Australian and American companies out there, and wellness is bigger in those areas. I find it's hard as a Canadian. I mean, that's my personal opinion. This is not an ad by all means. I just like to keep it real with you guys. And this is about being on a budget. And the only reason why I started getting these products and using them more often is because I was getting deals or discounts or them for free because I was just sharing my experience on my gut healing journey. And if you do have a little extra bucks to go buy something, I maybe do suggest buying bone broth or collagen, just because making bone broth is exhausting. It takes a very long time, and it also smells up your house a lot. My partner Brandon used to hate the smell because it would stink up our house for like a few days, but I did what I had to do. I was on a budget. Do you, boo? Okay, and the last two things I'm going to talk about have everything to do with your mind. It is mindfulness meditation and yoga. So when it comes to healing, the biggest lesson that I've learned through any healing, through anything in life, any struggles in life, is your thoughts control your emotions and your emotions control your behaviors. If you do not have control over your thoughts, then you're gonna cheat on your diet, you're gonna think that you're wasting your time buying products, you're gonna feel sorry for yourself, you're gonna find every excuse in the book to blame everything and to point at fingers instead of just looking within and being intuitive and figuring out what is best for you. Mindfulness came into play when I started to heal because I realized that I was tired of crying and feeling sorry for myself. I needed to change my mentality and find what I was grateful for, and I had so many blessings in my life, and all I could think about was my gut and my acne and the symptoms that I was suffering with. So I made a promise to myself to do 5 or 10 minutes mindfulness meditations every single day. And the other thing I got really into is yoga. And it's really funny to scroll through my Instagram page because it just goes to show my growth. I started my page just posting food and random stuff that I had ideas for. And then I had this really big yoga phase. And then I realized after that big yoga phase is when I really started to heal, and then I got pregnant. And oh my gosh, it's crazy to see. You know, I love my Instagram page for that, and I love these videos for that, because this was all about Shazness wellness, my specific wellness. You know, if you're Jessica, then you'd be Jessness wellness. You know, if you're Bob, you're Bobness wellness. I never want you to be Shazness. I want you to just be inspired by this, hopefully, or impacted, and be the best version of you and yourself. So that's why I loved just scrolling through my Instagram, because it really just showed my wellness journey and how much I've grown. And yoga was a really big impact on my healing, my gut. Yoga has great stuff because they have poses like twists, which constrict the blood flow circulation in the gut. And when you hold it, you release the constriction, and then fresh oxygenated blood flushes through the body, and it helps with the healing process. Other big yoga poses that really helped my gut healing were inversions or leg up the wall pose. I loved playing around with them, and they just, again, they inverted blood flow circulation. And also yoga got my mind off of feeling sorry for myself and stressing out about gut healing and being on a budget and wasting my money. I know where you're at, but it's so sad because when I think about what actually made me heal, they were mostly free stuff, stuff. It's crazy, and it really comes down to your mind. If you believe you can heal, you will heal. You will heal. Anyways, not a preacher, but that's what I've learned. I wanted to share that. I'm gonna end the video here because it's getting long. My passion really came out. I'm sorry if it was long, but I really just hope you found value, and I hope you understand that you don't need a big budget to heal your gut. If you need to start anywhere, it's with your mind. Cool. And stay tuned because I'm in my 3rd trimester and I'm starting to panic. But again, mindfulness, you know. Anyways, as always, I love you guys. The other thing I did want to mention is that my community tab is now open. So probably on Mondays, I will always share with you what videos are going to be coming out on Wednesdays, and maybe about Friday or Saturday, I'll try to ask a poll question and get you guys more involved, because we are one, we're a community. My happiness is your happiness is my happiness. The end. I make videos every Wednesday, and you know, subscribe if you want. Thanks guys, bye.